Okay, here we are. It's November 28th, and we are heading to where are we headed? Tenerife. We left Ensenada Los Muertos this morning at about 7 a.m. and we were going to head to San Jose del Cabo to get fuel, but we're having such a good sail that we've decided just to keep on trucking. Tenerife on the mainland of Mexico is about 400 miles away. Actually now it's about 360. So I want to show you a little thing on the Hydrovane here. We've got the Spinnaker up, asymmetrical. We are beam to broad reaching, probably right around 120. And this is the Spinnaker here. We've got a reaching strut on the front. And then the sheet coming down on the starboard side there. It's nicely full, and then we've got the full mainsail as well. So the boat's well balanced. And if you look actually at the wind indicator up at the top of the mast, you can't really quite see it, but it shows the difference in what we've got apparent wind at the top of the mast and what we're feeling down here. So here's the vane. You can see it in the background there. I've got the actually, before I get to the vane, I'll just show you the conditions. So pretty nice. Right now I'd say we probably have maybe 12 to 14 knots, maybe 15 knots of wind. And we're doing anywhere from sort of 6 to 7 knots. And we're just off of Cabo Pulmo, which is the East Cape on the Baja, which is generally you can get pretty sloppy conditions here. The tide is ebbing right now, so it's going in the right direction, but it turns in about an hour or so. But it's pretty comfortable sailing. And now if we look at the vane, what I want to show you is actually, even though the wind is coming from, apparent wind is about 120, we actually set the vane as if we're on a beam reach. So the vane wants the apparent wind further forward. Rather than setting it at 120, you set it at 90, because that's what the vane feels rather than what the boat feels. And you can see the vane moving around there. As we fall off course, the vane goes over. Right now I have it in the far left position on the ratio knob, which is right there, the knob just above the tiller. The far left is the least amount of rudder deflection but the most amount of power. So in a lot of conditions, if the boat's well balanced, that's where you want it. So we're in the far left position. We've got the main rudder locked. You can see the wheel. We've actually, usually there's a bit of helm that you got to compensate for. This is the center of the wheel here, and we're almost right on center line, so the boat is really well balanced. We'll get a closer look up at the vane here. So you see ratio knob far left. Vane pivots as the wind shifts. Just subtle movements, but it's moving all the time. Amazing how well it stays on course. I'd say right now we're within about, maybe 10 degrees or so of our desired apparent wind course. One of the things that I learned that takes a while to get used to is to always steer based on the apparent wind angle and speed. So there we've got 7.5, 8.5. right at 120. That boat speed is actually not working, the speedometer. I'll show you our actual boat speed. So here we are on the chart plotter. So right now we're getting up in the 7s. And yeah, beautiful sailing. Not much more I can show you, and actually my battery is going to die here. But you see, if you can see how well we're tracking. pretty glorious conditions. That's it for now.